So now, Dunmovin Mine. This is my American abandoned gold mine. First thought, there's a couple of switches I need to switch on and they power things up, such as the lights. I've also got, if I wish, switch in here, puts lights on. Switch over here, puts lights on. Particularly good at night. And if you hear a meow every now and again, it is of course neon. Pixel's in here too. Pixel is just over here. See? Dunmovin Mine has one automatic shuttle. It's called an SS2A. Now it's for you sell it. It's made by Block Signalling, and probably other people sell it too. So this SW9 locomotive, this GP50, they shuttle back and forth. GP50 moves less of a distance and it keeps moving towards this end when it's facing this direction. So it goes faster in that direction than this one. That means that when you have a shuttle with diodes, the locomotive normally ends up at one end, because that's the end, as it moves backwards and forwards, it gradually gravitates to. So here, the GP50 will decelerate nicely. When it gets to the other end, it's more of a sudden stop, because it's hitting the electronic buffer. This allows me to put a cow on the track, and this cow is actually in just the perfect position relative to the diode, which I call the electronic buffer. It's just here. So it actually stops centimetre away from the cow. You could have it even nearer if you wanted, it will always stop there. I've got lights in things, and of course, whereas it's a normal diode in there, I've got a flickering diode in here. Another flicker LED. Some cars, a Corvette, Mustang and Thunderbird. Thunderbird is a reference to American Graffiti, one of my favourite films. That pink Thunderbird was in that, and I used to own a Corvette, not the Mark II or the C2, but the C3. I have a Corvette, and I love Fords, so we've got a Mustang and a Thunderbird. This layout is all about atmosphere, as most of my layouts are, and this one is grimy, run down, things broken. These buildings literally are not stuck on, so they're normally packed away, and when I do a model railway show I just put them out, these buildings, but these ones are stuck on. So this will happily shunt back and forth all day. So I can demonstrate this layout to people and chat about it and not worry about its operation. It's more about the modelling than the operation, this model, of course. And people do different things, you know. If the operation is important to you, then that is where you should concentrate your efforts. I do have 3 buttons on this layout, and they do different things, so let me demonstrate for you. The yellow one highlights the gold in the hills. There's a piece of gold, and there are other bits of gold that are smaller around here. And this button highlights the gold for people. There's a blue and a black button. The blue button puts on a couple of bonfires. There they are. More flicker LEDs, and of course you may have noticed there is one bonfire that isn't on fire. That's the black button, this little guy peeing. Quite an expensive model, but humorous. That adds a bit of a laugh at a show. Dunmovin Mine is actually named after a place in California called Cowan Station. Silver ingots were transported from the Cerro Gordo mines to Los Angeles I've used some modeller's license, and this is now an abandoned place. So this is not an accurate model of that place. And I've got the building stretching over the railroad. I can also, if I wish, set it in Texas because cotton belt vehicles were there. So I can pretend it's part of Texas if I want. It's really about the modelling rather than trying to model it on a particular place for me. Oh, forgot that one. There you go. Dunmovin Mine.